went flat before an elderly great-grandfather. Newspapers carried it. It's exceptional. It's not a demonstration of humility that you left the office in search of your tailor. The old time tailor, when you are just an ordinary human being and sorting out in his shanty. This my tailor, and you embraced your tailor who is still alive. And so I shook my head. I said, this is how it should be. It's not a demonstration of humility that an ex-governor in the opposition claimed loudly that we have visited him more than 5-6 times and that to do nothing without consulting him. He saw and said, even if I want to oppose him, I cannot. He said, the man has disarmed me. Please celebrate the grace of God upon our wonderful daughter.
We bet you bet.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians home and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
òmìnira àwa Èkìtì iwájú la ó máa lọ lágbára Ọlọ́run àwa Èkìtì ọ̀kan ṣoṣo máa ní wá ó láéláé.
Please, Sergeant Atam, please maintain order.
Our people at the gallery, please call yourself to order, please, or we'll ask you to leave.
Let us pray. Almighty God, ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. So help us, God. Amen. Let me welcome each and every one of us to today's special sitting. I understand that some of us are not also used to parliamentary proceedings. Please, in this hallowed chamber, we must know how to maintain decorum. Please, we will not allow any act of disturbance. Let me use that way. On that note, let me welcome to today's special sitting the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, a reliable and dependable ally of Mr. Governor. And let me also use this medium to welcome Our Excellency, the wife of the Governor. Beautiful, bold, and also brilliant. And that is the wife of the Governor, Our Excellency. Let me also welcome my colleagues, from the Deputy Speaker to all the principal officers and all the members of this House. Appreciating you for yet another wonderful day that we're experiencing today. I welcome the entire Executive Council members to this special sitting. And I recognize the SSG. Thank you very much. I recognize the head of service. Thank you very much. I must also appreciate my darling brother, wonderful brother, Akin Oyebode, the Honorable Commissioner for Finance. I recognize all our party leaders here present, our own great party. I can see the Secretary of the party, Mr. Gaba Arugudade. And let me also recognize the presence of the ex-DP chairman in Ekiti State, the minority in the majority. You are welcome. I recognize the CAN chairman in Ekiti State, my own darling brother, Dr. Adenika Emmanuel Aribasoye. I recognize the Commissioner of Police, who is also here. Let me recognize the former Speaker of this state, Right Honorable Olubunmi Adeluba. Let me also recognize a one-time member of the Ekiti State House of Assembly who is now on the other side, Honorable or Chief Mrs. Honorable Yemisi Ayokunle. Sorry, all other former members of this House, Here seated, I recognize you. I won't forget the spouses of the 7th Assembly. These are the people who make the job easy for us, keeping the home front. I recognize all of you, led by my darling and amiable wife. I greet all of you. My ever-reliable clerk and the bureaucracy, I welcome you to this special plenary sitting. And I won't forget Dan is a spouse. He's also sitting among the spouse, but a former head of service of this state, now the spouse of the clerk of the house. You are welcome. And to the good people of Ekiti State, I greet all of you. I say you are welcome to this special plenary session. The General Overseer, I recognize you, Chief Gideawe, and all our leaders here seated. I may not be able to mention us one after the other. We will quickly start by considering our votes and proceedings for Thursday, the 10th day of October 2024. And I'm going to take us straight to see if you have any comment, observation. Members, you can signify if you have any comment or correction to make. I take us through page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5, which is the last page. Yes, in the absence of no comment, nothing to make, these votes and proceedings, I haven't read it and can say this is actually reflects the true position of our sitting of that day. So the votes and proceedings is hereby approved. Thank you. Yes. Any message from the governor?
Capacity speaking speaker, we have 3 messages from Mr. Governor.
So where are the messages? Let me see. Yes, dear colleague, I have 3 messages from the governor of Ekiti State. The first one is dated the 9th day of October 2024. And the letter with reference number EK Gov 4/5/142, addressed to the Right Honorable Speaker, Ekiti State House of Assembly. Right Honorable Speaker, with the heading forwarding of bills for legislative consideration. I hereby forward the underlisted bills for legislative consideration of the distinguished member of Ekiti State House of Assembly. The bills are 1, Ekiti State Commercial Motorcycle Operators Regulatory Bill 2024. 2, Ekiti State Pension Reform Laws First Amendment Bill 2024. While thanking the honorable member for their unceasing support, please kindly accept the assurances of my esteemed regards as always. And like usually, the long signature, Biodun Oyebanji, Governor, Ekiti State. The second letter with me here from the governor is also dated, it's dated 14th day of October from the office of the governor. And the reference number is EK/Gov2/5/125, directed to the Right Honorable Speaker, Ekiti State House of Assembly, Ado Ekiti. Right Honorable Speaker, nomination of chairmen and members of commissions. I wish to request for the concurrence of the House of Assembly for the appointments of the following nominees as chairmen and members of some boards and commissions. Ekiti State Independent Electoral Commission, SIEC. 1. Dr. Falemu Tajudun Makojola, member. Mrs. Yetunde Fosudo, member. Mrs. Tolabo Omowumi Ajibade, member. Chief Soji Oloketoye, member. Mr. Ebikunle Babatude Akilo, member. Fiscal Responsibility Commission. 1. Mr. Alfred Tunji Ologuntoye, chairman. Chief Ayodele Bamidele Olatoye, member. Mrs. Bolanle Beatrice Omotosho, member. Chief Benga Agbono, member. Mr. Oyedeji Emmanuel Mayowa, member. While 30 copies of the CVs of the nominees will be forwarded later, please accept the assurances of my best regard. Just like I said, long signature, Biodun Oyebaji, Governor. Now, for this one, members, we will commence their screening next week at an allotted date that will be communicated to you by the rules and business. And I think I must also inform us that the bills will also be slated for the next allotted date. Chairman, rules and business, please take note of that. Also, I have another letter from Mr. Governor, Office of the Governor, dated same 14 October 2024, with reference number EK/2/5/112, the Right Honorable Speaker, Ekiti State House of Assembly, State Secretariat Complex, Ado Ekiti. Right Honorable Speaker. 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill. I am pleased to present the year 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill for the consideration and approval of the Ekiti State House of Assembly in accordance with Section 1211 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Right Honorable Speaker, the total size of the proposed 2024 supplementary estimate is 372,154,157,569 naira 39 kobo. This is made up of recurrent expenditure of 174,512,458,551 naira 68 kobo, and capital expenditure of 197,641,699,017 naira 78 kobo, which translates to 47.53 and 47:53, in line with the fiscal sustainability plan of the federal government. The 2024 supplementary budget is a strategic financial plan designed to build on the initial 2024 budget of sustained economic growth and development. This supplementary budget is prepared to further realize the shared prosperity vision of our administration. The objective of the fiscal document is to complete ongoing capital projects and accommodate new critical projects which were not captured in the initial 2024 budget. As you are aware, the focus of the administration is encapsulated in the 6 pillars, namely governance, agriculture and rural development, human capital development, youth development and job creation, infrastructure and industrialization, and arts, culture, and tourism. These focus areas have been chosen to engender a sustainable development and improve the quality of life of our people. Mr. Speaker, attached for the consideration of the distinguished honorable members is the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill. The bill contains 3 schedules. The first schedule is the recurrent expenditure. The second is the capital expenditure schedule, while the third schedule contains revenue sources to finance the lofty programs and projects contained in Schedule 1 and 2. It is my pleasure, therefore, to present the 2024 supplementary budget to this Honorable House for appropriation. While wishing you fruitful deliberations of the 2024 supplementary estimates, please accept the assurances of my highest regards. Also with that long signature, Biodun Oyebanji, Governor. The Chairman's Committee on Rules and Business also slate this for first reading for the next allotted date. Thank you very much. And those are the messages from Mr. Governor. Well, Madam Speaker, I know you are not aware of this, so other announcements, yes. Also, don't bother yourself. I only want to announce to the House that over the weekend, the three of us and a few staff were in Abuja. And over the last weekend, and we're in Abuja, where the Ekiti State House of Assembly was awarded as the best House of Assembly in Nigeria in ICT integration, which by the grace of God has also placed Ekiti State on the global map. By the special grace of God, this was presented to us by the Bureau of Public Service Reforms. And I think Ekiti people should be happy for this. Thank you very much. Please let me have the award. Thank you very much. Yes. When Mr. Governor comes, we will also, because whatever we are doing, whatever we have achieved in this house, we hold that to our governor, who believes in the autonomy and independence of the legislative arm, and that is why we can do what we are doing. Sorry, okay, I think I have this here. Thank you very much. Let me just put it here till Mr. Governor comes around. Thank you. Sergeant Atam. Leave this one. I think we need to go and do this one and bring it back. Thank you very much so that we can proceed. Yes. Any public petition?
Right, Honorable Speaker, sir, we don't have.
Matter of urgent public importance?
None as of today, sir.
Any personal explanation?
The Speaker of the 7th Assembly, we don't have, sir.
All right, on that note, I call on the Leader of the House to also take us through the order of the day. Thank you. Leader of the House.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I also want to appreciate my colleagues. I am Honorable Tolilo Kwege. I represent Ekiti Southwest Constituency 2, and by the grace of Almighty God, the majority leader of the 7th Assembly. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to join you in welcoming and appreciating the Deputy Governor of our dear state and our mother, the wife of His Excellency.
I think you need to say the beautiful, bold, and brilliant wife of the governor is very, very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You're picking it from me, but I will also want to join you in telling you that she's beautiful and she's a mother indeed. We appreciate you.
You didn't get it. Beautiful, bold, and brilliant.
Okay.
Triple
Beautiful,
B. Thank you very much.
Good and brilliant. Thank you very much, man. I also will want to appreciate all our leaders. I don't want to take the time. Mr. Speaker has done the needful. I want to welcome all of you. You are indeed welcome. Right Honorable Speaker, I have the order paper for Wednesday, October 16th, 2024 here with me. And on the order of the day, there are 7 items. Order 1 is a motion which is calling for the admittance of the Governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency, Governor Biodun Oyebanji, to be admitted into the Alo Chamber pursuant to Section 108, Section 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, to present the State of the State address. And the second item is a welcome address by the Right Honorable Speaker. The third item is a short documentary. The fourth item is an address by His Excellency, the Governor of Ekiti State. Items 5 is Mr. Speaker's remarks. Item 6 is vote of thanks. And the last item, which is adjournment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please don't just stand up there so that you can just take us through the next. Take the item 1 and move your motion immediately.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues. Thank you, everyone, once again. I'm Tolu Lokwege. I represent the Southwest Constituency 2. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to move the motion that this House allows the Governor of Ekiti State.
Are you saying allow or admit?
Allow.
Are you saying allow or admit?
Allow.
Okay.
Allow the Governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency, Governor Biodun Abayomi, to be admitted into the hallowed chamber, pursuant to Section 108, subsection 1 of the National Constitution. I so move.
Yeah, the Minority Leader, Honorable Oladele Olaoye, second the motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Oladele Olaoye. I represent the good people of Ekiti's Constituency 1. I rise to second the motion moved by the Majority Leader that Mr. Governor, the Executive Governor of Ekiti State, should be allowed into the hallowed chamber.
Thank you very much. This debate requires this motion requires no debate. So on that note, I put the question. If you're in support that the Governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency, Governor Biodun Abayomi, be admitted into this hallowed chamber to present his State of the State in accordance with Section 108(1) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, all you need to do now is to press yes. And if you're against, then press no. But please note that records are being kept. If you press no, I will get you. Don't worry. Yes. Okay. 23 voted yes. Nobody voted no. One person abstained. Possibly the pad was not working at the time of pressing this yes or no. On that note, I can see that the yes have it. So the yes have it. Please, Deputy Speaker, Leader of the House, Minority Leader, join with the Chief Whip. Please go and bring in the Governor. And while doing that, Madam, okay, we need to know that the votes here. Right Honorable, are you just coming in, sir? Right Honorable Onlada Pokarowi, you are recognized. Right Honorable Franklin Taiwo Latubosun, you are welcome. They are former members of this House, and we will always give you that privilege. You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, while doing that, yes, nobody voted no, so there is no point showing to the world those who voted no. But we can always see who voted yes or no. And that is where Ekiti State House of Assembly has actually moved to. And by the grace of God, our proceedings are here live on all our social media platform. People can watch us on YouTube. They can watch us on Facebook. And radio station, television station can also link up with our proceedings without coming here. And they can also beam it live on their stations. Also, by the grace of God today, we are going to launch our website, and we are going to launch our online television here in this hall, by the special grace of God. We launched that, and that is where it has actually moved to, by the special grace of God. Yes, while we are waiting, Mr. Governor, let me recognize comrade, because he's a senior comrade, for Lawrence Olabode. I recognize you. The Accountant General of Ekiti State, I recognize you. You know why I'm recognizing you specially? You understand? Yes, yeah, so that we don't need, we will not allow anything that will cause friction. So, Accountant General, we recognize you. I recognize you, Chief Mrs. Kemi Olaleye, you are recognized. You are recognized, the Attorney General of Ekiti State House of Assembly. Thank you very much for all you are doing. Particularly your relationship with us in this house. I recognize the Vice Chancellors of Ekiti State University, and also the Bamidele Olumilua University. You are all recognized. I'm sorry, you know this thing I'm putting on here today. I don't know whether there is small veil, but don't worry. I recognize everybody here. Okay. You are hereby permitted, and Mr. Governor can step in to present his address, State of the State. Thank you very much. Media, please allow the governor to walk in. The dynamic governor of Ekiti State, the Omoluabi par excellence, a man of understanding, and a man that is doing Ekiti State proud. You are welcome. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, this chamber permits you to hug your wife. Please go and hug your wife. You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much. You know, sometimes where you have your power, you quickly exercise it. Now I can order the governor. After here, we will also say, yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Let there be silence at the gallery.
Thank you very much. We move to item 2 on the order paper, and which is the welcome address by the governor, by the speaker, sorry. Yes. Your Excellency, let me start the same way I did during the signing into laws, 3 bills that was presented to Your Excellency this morning, by first congratulating you and your deputy and the wife of the governor for attaining 2 years in office. Your Excellency, it is a common knowledge that your 2 years in Ekiti State has been very productive, fruitful. It is feasible to the blind and audible to the deaf that Your Excellency has really performed very well in Ekiti State. Really, you have shown and proved to us that there is nothing like continuity. You have done that. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, that the mandate given to you with your deputy and your wife, you have proved to Ekiti people that indeed you are not just fit alone, but you are proper. Fit and proper. Fit for purpose and proper, even for the assignment. Thank you very much. Yes, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ekiti State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, Her Excellency, the wife of the Governor, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly, other principal members of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, the members of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, members of the State Executive Council, the Secretary to the State Government, the Head of Service, the clerk of this house, and the staff of this house, our respected darling spouses of the 7th Assembly, all the religious leaders here present, all the heads of institutions here present, all our party leaders, most especially our own great party. Here I will mention the name of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, party that has been very progressive, that has been bringing in dividend of democracy to the people of Ekiti State. And also, I will recognize the chairman of the minority member in the majority in this house, the chairman of SDP, who is also here present, all the local government chairmen who are here, the valiant gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and of most important to me are Ekiti people, because Mr. Governor is here to address Ekiti people on this hallowed chamber. It is with profound honor and a deep sense of duty that I stand before you today. Sorry, please. Sorry. I am reading another. It is with immense pride and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today for this significant occasion, the State of the State address by our esteemed Governor, Mr. Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji. This address, enabled by Section 100, Sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, marks a pivotal moment in our democratic journey, celebrating 2 remarkable years of governance under the capable leadership of Mr. Governor. The importance of this address cannot be overstated. It serves as a vital platform for reflection, accountability, and projection of our vision for Ekiti State. It is an opportunity for the Governor to elucidate the strides we have made together, the challenges we have encountered, the path we shall forge ahead to ensure the continued development and prosperity of our beloved state. In these past 2 years, the synergy between the Ekiti State House of Assembly, affectionately known as the 7th Assembly, and the executive arm led by Mr. Governor has been nothing short of exemplary. Together, we have worked diligently to realize the core mandates encapsulated within the 6 pillars of Mr. Governor's administration. This partnership has fostered significant achievements in business and economic reforms, fiscal responsibility, probity, and accountability. We have witnessed the establishment of a robust legal regime and transformative justice sector reforms, all of which have been designed to enhance the life of the citizens. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the members of this esteemed house. Your commitment and dedication to service are truly sine qua non. Your passion for development of Ekiti State is unparalleled. With brilliance, cerebral acuity, and relentless enthusiasm, you engage in debates that shape our future and elevate our state. Ekiti is indeed fortunate to have such a distinguished set of lawmakers working in concert with our focused Governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji. I would also like to recognize the legislative staff for their unwavering service and efforts to promote development of Ekiti State. To all stakeholders involved in the Ekiti agenda, including the state executive members and the leadership of the political parties that produce the members of this House, the APC and the SDP, your contributions are invaluable to our shared vision. Furthermore, I wish to express profound gratitude to the spouses of the members of this House, under the leadership of my amiable wife, Mrs. Adeni Garibase. Their support has made the home front comfortable for us, enabling members to perform optimally in their duties. Their various project initiatives, particularly in empowerment program for our constituents, have been a tremendous source of encouragement and support in our collective mission to uplift the lives of our people. Thank you. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Thank you. As we approach this momentous address, let us reflect on the progress we have made. The past 2 years have been progressive on all fronts, demonstrating the remarkable outcome of our collaboration. Yet, as we celebrate our achievements, we must recognize that there remains much work ahead. The House of Assembly, under my watch, will continue to be responsible and responsive, striving tirelessly for the advancement of our state. Moreover, I commend Mr. Governor for his hands of fellowship towards the independence of this House. His support has catalyzed significant transformations, including the ongoing remodeling of our complex. I believe all of you can see what is happening here. And the ambitious digitalization efforts that have set a benchmark for governance in Nigeria. Your Excellency, just before your arrival, I announced to the entire House the award we receive, and we will present that to you shortly. We have it here, Your Excellency. It is no exaggeration to say that under his stewardship, we have been recognized as the best state House of Assembly in ICT integration, while Ekiti has emerged as a leader in transparency and accountability in public finance. Your Excellency, I need to also let Your Excellency know that by the grace of God today, we are going to launch our website, and we are also going to launch our online television station today. As we look to the future, it is essential to emphasize the significance of continuity in governance. The progress we are witnessing today is a result of steadfast commitment and the consolidation of efforts. It reduces the wastage of our resources and ensure that we build on the achievements of the past. Therefore, I urge the good people of Ekiti State to support and renew the social contract with Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji. Together, let us further the development, peace, and shared prosperity of Ekiti State beyond 2026. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the future depends on what you do today. Let us embrace this spirit of determination as we move forward. On that note, I invite the leader of the House, Honorable Toluige, to move a motion to be supported by the minority leader for Mr. Governor to present his State of the State address. Thank you, and God bless the people of Ekiti State. God bless our governor. God bless the Ekiti Legislative, and God bless all of us. Leader of the House, your motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you once again, my dear colleague. I'm Honorable Tolilo Kwege. I represent the Southwest Constituency too. I also would like to join you to welcome our amiable governor, His Excellency Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji. You're welcome, sir. Right, Honorable Speaker, I would like to move a motion at this point in time that this hallowed chamber allow His Excellency to present its address. I so move.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Laoyi Ogushakin. I represent the good people of Ekiti Constituency 1, the minority leader of the 7th House of Assembly. I rise to second the motion moved by the majority leader that the governor should be allowed to present the State of the State address. I so second. Thank
All right, again, this is a motion that requires no debate. I put the question therefore that if you are in support that the governor of Ekiti State, and I doubt if anybody will even say no here, to present his State of the State address, all you need to do is just take your part and press yes. If you're against, press no. Mr. Governor is here to also look and watch those who will press no. So go ahead, please. And Your Excellency, I may tell you, we know we can, from that, we know those who will vote yes, we can see those who voted yes, we see those who voted no, and we can see those who abstain. It's just as simple as the result is 23 members voting yes, and nobody said no, and none said no. On that note, the yes have it. just for display. You can display the results. And on that note, Your Excellencies, you are is hereby, this is the only time that I will say, Mr. Governor, stand up. And now you may proceed to address the people of Ekiti State. Thank you very much.
Please sit. The Right Honorable Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, Deputy Speaker, Principal Officers, distinguished members of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, my darling wife, colleagues in Council of Ekiti State, permanent secretaries that are here. I can also cite in the audience former Speaker, Right Honorable Adelugba, the spouses of the honorable members, the leadership of APC as represented, the state chair of SDP. I can also see in the audience the labor leaders. Thank you so much for joining us. I also I can see the former head of service, Mr. Adele Agbede. I don't know if he's here as former HOS or as the spouse. At least. Stakeholders in the Ekiti project, good afternoon to all of us, and congratulations on our second year anniversary. Mr. Speaker, it is a great honor and privilege to deliver my second State of the State address at this hallowed chamber of Ekiti State House of Assembly. I can also cite in the audience the chairman of CAN and the president of the Nigeria Baptist Convention and the chair of the Christian Pilgrim Board, Ekiti State, Reverend Ariba Soye. Thank you so much for joining us. This tradition of delivering a State of the State address, which represents an essential pillar of democracy and a shining example of accountability, continues with today's address. As your governor, I come here with a great sense of reverence for this honorable house and the good people of Ekiti State, recognizing the great honor that has been bestowed upon me to occupy this office, signifying the trust of the people, not just in me, but in our great party, the All Progressive Congress. I do not take this honor for granted. I will continue to thank His Excellency, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who enshrined this democratic practice of accountability in our governance culture in Ekiti. To date, our state remains the only state in Nigeria that has enshrined the State of the State address as a legal requirement for stewardship. We must remain proud of this distinction. I stand before you today with a heart filled with gratitude and humility and a profound sense of duty as I address the great people of Ekiti State on a significant occasion that marks yet another anniversary in office as second. I want to sincerely extend my deepest appreciation to the Almighty God for His faithfulness and abiding grace over us, and to all the good people of Ekiti who have continued to keep faith with us, supporting our visions, policies, and programs with great fervor. Your devotion to the progress of Ekiti State is commendable. Before I go further into this address, let me sincerely thank this House and its leadership for the strong cooperation in the service of our people. Your support has been a major factor behind our successes. Together with the good people of Ekiti, you have been the drivers of our administration's bold march forward. We will always be grateful to the fathers of these great states, whose leadership in time past laid a solid foundation upon which we are now building. I therefore want to thank my immediate predecessor, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, CON, for his continued support. I also acknowledge the support of former governors, His Excellency Otunbani Adebayo, CON, His Excellency Dr. Peter Ayodele Fayoshe, and His Excellency Engineer Shegun Oni. I also appreciate all our traditional leaders, leaders of thought, religious leaders, as well as party leaders and members across all levels for their sacrifices and support. My profound gratitude to the President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for its very strong support for administration. Mr. President has been a strong pillar of support for our government. Most of our achievements would have been possible without his support and encouragement. I'm also grateful to the Ekiti caucus in the National Assembly under the leadership of the Senate leader, Senator Michael Okoyemi Bamidele. I'm also grateful to Are Afe Babalola SAN and the Honorable Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Mr. Dele Alake, for their supports and cooperation. Pillars of administration. In keeping with our social contract with the Ekiti people, we designed the 6 pillars, a classification of our governing agenda built from our campaign pledges. We have continued to steer Ekiti forward towards a more inclusive and prosperous state. Rooted in these pillars are the Ekiti Development Plan 2021 to 2050, which highlights the development projection of our state in the next 30 years and the sustainable development goals. Our achievement under these 6 pillars, which include governance, youth development and job creation, human capital development, agric and rural development, infrastructure and industrialization, and arts, culture, and tourism, will form the thrust of my presentation here today. Governance, law and order. Mr. Speaker, the first duty of the government is to maintain law and order, ensuring the protection of life and property. With full appreciation of this cardinal responsibility, we have continued to make substantial investment in the security architecture of our state. To this end, we have ramped up acquisitions of security assets to further bolster our arsenal following earlier massive acquisitions. Specifically, we have effected the following: commencement of full operations at Ikere, Ijero, Ikole, Omo Fire Service Station, procurement of vehicles for Amatekun Corps, upward review of Amatekun Corps salaries effective from July 2023, and the deployment of additional troops from Nigeria Army 32 Artillery Brigade. In the course of the year under review, and in response to the request of our traditional rulers, we recently established the Agro-Marshal Corps as a grassroots security arrangement to further man our forests and places kidnappers often use as their operational base. We have also expanded the capabilities of the early warning system to drive our safe city programs. Our bottom-up security and intelligence system, which entails strengthening local intelligence and community involvement in security, has continued to expand and advance. Our close coordination with the chairmen of local government areas and local government development areas continues to yield dividends with more successes. In intelligence gathering, crime prevention, arrest and prosecutions of criminals. This is a strategy that will continue to receive priority attention in this administration. I must sincerely thank the security agency, namely the police, and I just cited the CP in the audience. Thank you so much, sir. The Directorate of the State Security Service, the Army, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Amatekun, and the plethora of community-based security outfits for their contribution to this success story. We are, however, aware that security is an ongoing concern and must receive the highest focus at all times. Thus, we will continue to work with our security partners to ensure that no gaps are allowed and continuous improvement is entrenched. Governance derives its force from law and its compass from sound policies. Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank the leadership of the honorable members of the Ekiti State Assembly for being worthy and reliable partners in this regard. Your forward-thinking lawmaking provides a firm foundation upon which our governance rests. Some of the notable laws and policy that have come into force include Ekiti State Local Content Law, Ekiti State Bureau of Asset Management Law, Ekiti State Environmental Protection and Watershed Management Agency Law, Ekiti State Regulation Approval Law, Ekiti State House of Assembly Power and Privileges Law, which I just signed to law this morning, Ekiti State High Court Amendment Law, Ekiti State Property Protection Amendment Law, Executive Order on the Promotion of Transparency and Efficiency in Business Environment, Executive Order on the Establishment, Adoption, and Implementation of Framework for Responsive and Inclusive Land-Intensive Agricultural Investment, FRILA, and Executive Order on Trade Grievances Redress Mechanism, GRM. These legal instruments are evidence of our progressive relationship. We are determined to continue with your support, assenting to and implementing laws and policies for the development of our dear states and the betterment of the lives of our people. We are confident that the coming months and years will witness even greater collaboration in this area. Investment promotion. To achieve our inclusive and sustainable development goals, we must attract investment to Ekiti. Therefore, we have strategically combined legal instruments, policies, reforms, and targeted social and physical infrastructure interventions to position our states as a prime destination for investment. Our milestones are as follows. Inauguration of Ekiti State Development and Investment Promotion Agency Board. Effectiveness of the 80 million investment loan from EKZ by AFDB. The construction of the zone is expected to commence in 2025. Provision of $100,000 each to 10 cooperatives in partnerships with USADF. Set up of 1 billion cooperative funds for cooperative industry in Ekiti State. Partnership with Access Bank to facilitate 1 billion credit facilities to Ekiti women. Approval of export strategy guideline and policy to encourage export business in Ekiti State. Issuance of executive order on the promotion of transparency and efficiency in the business environment. Issuance of executive orders on freelance and issuance of executive orders on GRM. And we have also completed the rehabilitation of the Agric Olope Market Phase 1 and Phase 2. And we expect that very soon we move trader to that market. Administration. To improve service delivery to our people, we understand that administrative process needs to be continuously upgraded. This we have committed to doing. We have undertaken the following additional activities. Completion of the Local Government Service Commission office building. That building will be commissioned by Saturday, by God's grace. The ongoing innovation of Ekiti State House of Assembly complex and the House of Assembly Service Commission buildings. Restoration of wireless network infrastructure to our campuses, which is the first step in a digital roadmap being championed by the Ministry of Innovation, Science, and Digital Economy. Fully appreciating the value of qualified personnel and their contribution to optimum service delivery, we have also undertaken the recruitment of workers to fill some important vacancies across the MDAs in the state. Some of the new recruitments include 565 junior officers to the civil service and 600 senior officers appointed into the state civil service, and conversions of many on temporary appointments to permanent appointments. To upskill our personnel and ensure sustained readiness for the job, we have continued to prioritize training and retraining. Our capacity development efforts, which have been largely driven by the Ekiti State Star Development Center, have seen us conduct induction training for the newly appointed officers into specialized cadre, orientation programs for newly recruited officers into various MDAs, and oversee training for some officials. To ensure sustained optimum output across MDA, we have initiated the Strategic Project Monitoring System, a dashboard to track MDA's deliverables through the Office of Transformation Strategy and Delivery. For us, The welfare of our workers is paramount. To this end, we have made additional improvements to the welfare of our workers. Consistent with our earlier pledges and accomplishments, the list of welfare initiatives under review include payment of $8.5 billion to state pensioners and $7.4 billion to local government pensioners from October 16, 2023 till date. That is different from what we have paid in the subsequent year. Payment of $4.9 billion as gratuity to states and $2.8 billion to local government retirees from October 16 to date. Conduct of 2022-2023 promotion exercise for unified staff in the local government and disbursement of 164.4 million naira loan to 1,298 civil servants, and disbursement of additional 200 million to primary school teachers as car loan. And that will be the first of its kind in the state. The Ekiti state economy. Despite the macroeconomic headwinds in the country, the multi-sectorial outlook for the Ekiti state economy continues to be positive. This has been driven by our fiscal reforms, budget performance, aggressive revenue generation push, and strategic investment in human and physical infrastructure, building on the successes of the 2023 budget, which saw us accomplish the following: 106% performance in IGR in 2023, 86.5% performance on capital expenditure in 2023, overall revenue performance of 93.4% in 2023, overall expenditure performance of 91% in 2023, 45% allocation to capital project in 2024 appropriation, and 34% performance on capital expenditures at Q1 2024, and 44.7% performance on IGR at Q1 2024. A capital recurrent ratio of 57 to 43% in the 2024 supplementary budget proposal, which is being considered by this Honorable House. I'm pleased to inform you also that due to our fidelity to fiscal transparency and accountability, Ekiti ranked first in the PSLI Subnational Audit Efficacy Index. Ekiti State also scored 92 all over 100 and ranked second in the Budget State Fiscal Transparency League for Q1 of 2024. Ekiti State topped the Budget State Fiscal Transparency League for Q2 in 2024 with a total score of 97%. Our sacred duty is to ensure that none of our people is left behind. We will continue to prioritize inclusion for both our people and localities, ensuring that development is spread all around. Our broad vision is to have an economy that is productive in line with our vision of shared prosperity. We will continue to invest in critical productivity drivers while ensuring economic activities is private sector led by attracting new businesses to Ekiti, while also focusing on supporting existing ones to grow. We are aware of our need to diversify our economy and create an environment that puts people in job. This is reflected in our priorities with investment in human capital development, agriculture, infrastructure taking a significant share of our expenditure. Human capital development. As we all know, education. As we all know, Ekiti is famed for being the home of education in Nigeria. We are a learned people committed to keeping the light of enlightenment blazing. As a government, we are well aware of our responsibility to not only preserve the legacy, but ensure that our education is in tune with advancement in technology, innovation, and knowledge economy. To this end, we have earmarked some of the most far-reaching and impactful programs in education to date. Some of these interventions include: 1, payment of almost 700 million as running grants to all primary schools in Ekiti State for 2023-2024 session. Payment of examination fees exceeding 1.2 billion for over 150,000 students across junior and secondary school exams. Payment of over 2.5 billion as counterpart funding for 2022 and 2023 UBEC counterpart funding, while payment for 2024 will be made in January 2025 to ensure immediate access to additional funding. Procurement of 174 million worth of instructional materials for primary school. Procurement of cars as monitoring vehicles for education secretary. Purchase of a bus for UBEC Smart School in Ijan. Payment of car and housing loans. Upgrading graduate teachers in primary school to level grade 16. Various training and capacity building intervention for over 1,700 teachers. Over 500 people trained on GBV, grievance redress mechanism. Over 2,000 teachers have been recruited since the inception of the administration. Multiple collaboration in agriculture, introducing new techniques in over 120 school pilot farms. Over 150 million in scholarship awards to almost 1,600 students across various undergraduate and postgraduate programs. Payment of 100 million in bursary award. A sum of 14 billion have been expended. A sum of 14 billion have been expended on renovation and reconstruction of 203 secondary schools in the Ekiti State under the Agile program, while the following equipment were distributed: 2,600 computers, laptops and desktops, 60 interactive boards, 80 printers, 75 photocopiers, 100 solar inverters, and internet services were supplied to 42 schools to facilitate e-teaching and learning. 32 vulnerable children at risk and GBV survivor provided with basic needs, including school uniform, school drugs, school bags, books for 2023-24 session. 2,978 furniture items procured for school. 10,011 students enrolled for safe-space session in 101 schools for personal development and life skills education. 2,808 indigenous students and parents were given conditional cash grants for 2023-2024. Under the Second Chance Education Scheme, providing opportunity for girls who dropped out of school because of pregnancy, socio-economic factor, etc., 20 centers across the state have commenced teaching in September 2024. The import of this is to ensure that most of our guests that maybe either due to socio-economic problems or pregnancy, and to remove the stigma for them, we have created this center for them so that even while they are pregnant, they can go to school and learn. Because the problem is, if you allow the guy that got them pregnant to go to school, then we should not deny them access to education. Construction of drop-in centers, skills acquisition for out-of-school boys and girls. Commencement of free mass transit schemes for primary and secondary school students. These massive interventions are in addition to earlier efforts geared toward improving education in the state. These include increasing access to secondary school and maintaining healthy teachers-pupil ratios in our school, innovation and rehabilitation of facilities in over 50 secondary schools across the state, innovation and rehabilitation of over 100 primary schools in Ekiti State under UBEC, implementation of space for 6,000 students, training of 353 ICT teachers on digital literacy training for students in over 100 public schools, and installation of internet facility in more than 100 schools in all local governments. Training of school security committee members across the 202 public secondary schools in Ekiti State. Distribution of computers with disability assistive electronic software in the 3 special schools in the state, in Ikere, Ido, and Igero local governments. Distribution of entrepreneurial skill equipment, mobility aids, and braille equipment in the 3 special schools in the state. Addressing poor infrastructure in our technical colleges through comprehensive rehabilitation of the 3 of them in Ibaraudo, Otun, and Igero Ekiti, respectively. The above interventions have led to a massive improvement in student enrollment, performance, teachings, and learning outcomes in the sector, and a drastic reduction in out-of-school children in the state. It is on record that Ekiti has one of the least out-of-school children in Nigeria. Special attention was also given to the special school in these areas. 1, renovation of boys and girls hostel and dining hall in the 3 special governments in the 3 government special schools, prompt release of monthly feeding grants to the special schools and rehabilitation center. And I also know that I approved an upward review of the feeding grants for those schools. Provision of ICT gadgets in those schools, provision of vocational and skill acquisition equipment such as tailoring, hairdressing equipment, food and nutrition equipment, barbing, art and fascinator equipment through Agile to our government special schools. Sign language training for civil and public servants in Ekiti State. Provision of assistive device such as wheelchair and white cane to disabled persons in Ekiti State. Establishment of the first adapted classrooms in the public special school for Nigeria with disability in Nigeria. We are the first state in the country that have done that. We are also the first state to employ a speech therapist, occupational therapist, and physiotherapist in the public special school in Nigeria. Establish a Schindler Service Center for children with disability at the Old Governor's Office. I am sure that when the place is ready, we will invite the members of the House of Assembly to see what we are doing at the Old Governor's Office. This is just to also ensure that those that couldn't attend our special schools, they can bring them in during the day. They go to that place, they learn, and they go home. Because we don't believe that any child is useless. Digital skills and youth development. Our investment in the acquisition of digital skills by our youth has been consistent and substantial. We believe that to become a global player, either as an entrepreneur or employee, require the acquisition of relevant skills. We have continued to build on significant accomplishments in these areas to expand access to sustainable opportunities for our young people. Recall that we had announced the delivery of the following, among others. Approval of Ekiti Knowledge Zone as a free trade zone, which will provide 12,000 jobs for young people in Ekiti State. Training of over 500 youths in digital skills across different skill sets through Ekiti State Digital Academy in partnership with Tech4Div and Meta. Leveraging innovation grant facility of the World Bank Innovation Development and effectiveness in acquisitions of skill ideas to increase access to digital economic participation by our youth. Empower digital innovators with 6,000 pounds in partnership with IUK TTN and the establishment of Ekiti State Startup Garage. MSMES development. Under this, we have constructed the Ekiti State Mega Local Fabric, the Ashoke Production Center, and I hope that very soon we'll be able to put that place to use. Disbursement of 400 grants to 922 medium small enterprises in the state, training of 100 unemployed graduates for business and self-reliance, sponsorship of over 50 MSMES light manufacturing processors to the Lagos International State Fair, sponsorship of CSC certificates for 5,400 nano MSME enterprises, and construction of Women Acquisition Center, Women's Skill Acquisition Center in Nado Ekiti. Facilitation of 100 kVA solar inverter system for MSME cluster at the Technology Incubation Center in Nado Ekiti. Partnership with Cool Plus Limited to upscale 1,500 artisans to technician on refrigerator and air conditioning services, and facilitation of 17,000 applications on the nano, micro, and small medium enterprises for the federal micro grant scheme. Health and human services. In the health sector, we have embarked on a transformative journey toward universal health coverage marked by significant advancement in leadership and governance, service delivery, workforce and capacity building, health promotion and disease prevention, health financing, and healthcare infrastructure. The Ministry of Health and Human Services has implemented robust governance framework to enhance accountability and strategic alignment within the health sector. To drive our health intervention, we developed a multi-year annual operation plan 2024 to 2026 to ensure better planning for capital projects that spans more than a financial year and prioritization of projects geared towards universal health coverage. Across the 3 levels of care, we have embarked on an extensive upgrade of our infrastructure. This includes installation of a new mammogram machine at the Ekiti University Teaching Hospital to increase access to early detection of breast cancer. Complete renovation of the theater suites, accident and emergency ward, dialysis center, and selected wards at EXUT to aid service delivery. And I am so proud of this achievement because most of the time I will just get messages from Ekiti Indigen using this facility, commending the government for what we have done in EXUT. And I use this opportunity to thank the board of the governing council of EXUT and the management of EXUT for a job well done. There's been a lot of remarkable improvement in EXUT, and we continue to improve. Upgrade of Ikole Specialist Hospital to a federal medical center in line with our vision to become a regional health hub in the country. Upgrade of Ekiti State Drug and Health Supply Management Agency warehouse to a farmer-grade facility guaranteeing better storage of our drugs and consumable. In addition to that, what that does is it also helps in quality control of drugs that are being sold in Ekiti. So drug outlets can go there and procure drugs that they are sure they're not counterfeit. So anybody can go to that facility and buy drugs. So it helps in quality control. Construction of the HMB Doctors' Quarters Road, which was recently commissioned, including a bypass to reduce burden of health workers going to give care at the hospital. Ongoing renovation of 9 general hospitals across the state in Ijan, Ijesha-Ishu, Ilawe, Okemesi, Efunalaye, Iye, Ayede, Ilupeju-Itakpa, and Ifaki. I'm aware that some of these facilities have not been, the contractor have not gotten there, but they will get there. The contract has been awarded, but they are going out the state, finishing it one after the other. These facilities are also being equipped with best-in-class equipment that helps improve diagnosis and treatment of diseases. In the course of the 2nd year anniversary, we'll be laying the foundation of a multi-purpose facility at EXUT. It will comprise of 80-bed wards, a VIP suite, conference center, modern pharmacy, a library, offices, and other facilities. And that will increase the patient intake of EXUT from 200 beds to close to 300 beds. Beyond infrastructure, we have instituted a series of capacity building, professional development, and training initiatives to enhance the skills and capabilities of healthcare officials and service providers. This workforce capacity development include training of 50 senior level staff from the health sectors on a leadership and management executive course by the Lagos Business School, training of 34 mid-level and senior health managers on healthcare management and leadership by the Center for Epidemiology and Health Development, providing opportunities for 8 of our staff, including the Chairperson's House Committee on Health, to attend a fully funded seminar in China for 2 weeks to learn about public health surveillance and public health management. Training of 350 facility level staff across 120 health facilities in quality improvement modalities to enhance health service delivery across the states. Training of 220 health workers on GBV and female genital mutilation. With the perennial concern about disease outbreak, the state continues to remain on high alert. The use of rapid response team spread across all wards in the state and a decentralization of incident management structures to all the 16 local government areas enable us to pick up early warning signals and allow respond appropriately. This work may appear thankless, but the effort of our health teams have helped curtail potential epidemics and limited our exposure to any disease outbreaks this year to the barest minimum. I'm happy to inform you that these investments are yielding measurable outputs and outcomes. This year alone, more than 210,000 girls ages 9 to 14 received the human papillomavirus HPV vaccine, enabling us to achieve 91% of our target coverage. We have identified and placed on treatment 93% of the estimated cases of people living with HIV in the state. Our ability to test, treat, and help suppress viral load for people living with HIV/AIDS means they can live a healthy, fulfilling, and productive life. To keep our children's immune system healthy and support their rapid growth, we provided more than 600,000 vitamin A supplements to children under 5 years, allowing us to achieve 81% target coverage. I must thank my dear wife, Her Excellency, for her consistent support and her readiness to always lead the campaign. Mindful of the rise of non-communicable diseases, we screened 1,600 civil servants focusing on hypertension, obesity, and diabetics. This is a precursor to the statewide health promotion and awareness campaign taking place this month of October, tagged Know Your Number, Control Your Number. I'm supportive of this initiative, and I encourage everyone in the kitchen to come out en masse to get screened. Last year, I announced that under our flagship health insurance program, Ulirawa, we provide an explicit but guaranteed package of care, which includes free delivery across our 177 primary health center. This year alone, over 4,000 babies born were delivered free of charge, and more than 400,000 persons have accessed free care at our primary health care facilities, courtesy of Ulirawa. I'm happy to inform you that this year alone, we have now extended coverage of service under Ulirawa to 3.6 million residents of Ekiti, including pensioners. As of today, 9,000 pensioners are already enrolled and enjoy that program. Social welfare. Ekiti has not been exempted from the cost of living crisis, which has proven a huge burden for Nigerians across the country. Determined to provide relief to our people, our cash transfer units and labor-intensive public works intervention channel have continued to be sources of succor to our people. Our people have continued to receive needed support on a regular basis. We enroll 154,000 households, including 503 individuals on the National Social Register. This provides a pool of vulnerable individuals that we can extract beneficiaries from for our different social schemes. We undertook the disbursement of 1.4 billion at 25,000 naira each to 24,780 National Social Registers beneficiaries and 16,876 Rapid Response Register beneficiaries under the National Cash Transfer Scheme. Most of these things are done without noise because once their data are collected, we just shoot directly to their accounts, so there's no fanfare about it. But they collect this money on a monthly basis. We have also disbursed a total of 181.8 million between October 2023 to July 2024 to 1,326 individual beneficiaries under the Labor Intensive Public Works Scheme. We also disbursed 174.8 million to another set of 2,000 beneficiaries under the same scheme between March 2024 to September 2024. The combined total under the LIPW scheme is 356 million. And when I went around for the stakeholder meetings on the budget, most of the beneficiaries, they came out to say thank you to government for this. Our senior citizens continue to occupy a special place in our welfare plan. Through our social investment scheme, we are addressing the needs of our vulnerable senior citizens by providing regular monetary support. Apart from our regular intervention, we distributed gifts to our senior citizens on international days of older persons. We also disbursed a total of 250 million at the rate of 25,000 to 10,000 individuals at 5,000 per month for 5 months between October 2023 and February 2024 under the first subsidy withdrawal palliative scheme. Following a fortunate fire disaster, we disbursed 41 million to victims in Ekiti State under the in the period under review. We also disbursed a total of 300 million under EK Care social transfer schemes to 5,000, 1751 male and 3,249 females beneficiaries. The beneficiaries are a mix of aged people living with disabilities, chronically ill, and urban poor in our state. We have also disbursed 320 million to 2,627 males, 1,373 female beneficiaries, and 185.4 million to 1,159 people, 322 males, 837 female beneficiaries, making a total of 505.4 million under EK Care's livelihood support grants scheme to households and businesses. 89.4 million was also awarded as livelihood grants to 559 beneficiaries through the payment service provider PSP channels. We released 331 for the purchase and distribution of items to indigent persons across the states. Agri and rural development. Agriculture and rural development is a central pillar of this administration's development focus. Food security has remained a key priority of this government. We believe strategic investment in agricultural resources, accompanying investment in our rural areas, will position our state for sustained growth and prosperity. To this end, we have embarked on the following intervention: signing of MOU with Kabista Holding to boost cassava farming and develop off-take markets for farmers in Ekiti State. Allocation of 1,535 hectares of arable lands to 66 farmers and investors across the 2 farm settlements and 5 farm centers in the state. Payment of 60 million as counterpart funding for the World Bank Finance Airpress counterpart contribution to develop the life force sector and the activation of $800,000 support from the World Bank. And Airpress is now effective in the states. I'm sure that the Committee on Agric should be able to help the Commissioner for Agric on how far we have gone with this. Collaboration with federal government to commence registration of farmers for the FG National Agro Pocket Scheme and distribution of input. Mapping and profiling of livestock farmers. 11,000 farmers have been profiled in the state. Set up of grievance redress platform in each of the local governments to the state level to address the friction between herders and farmers. Subsidized mechanization service at 50% rate to more than 1,000 beneficiaries. Just yesterday, the Commissioner of Finance was telling me that under that program, we've extended more than £1 billion to subsidize land clearing in the state. More than 50,000 kilograms of improved maize seed, 3,000 kg of farro, 43 and 59 rice seeds, 20,000 seedlings of oil palm, 20,000 cocoa seedlings, and 10,000 cashew seedlings were distributed to farmers. Agrochemical worth 80 million and 18,000 bags of assorted fertilizers to all farmers within the state at no cost to them. Fadama Ekiti Care's intervention. Under this intervention, we have done procurement of agricultural production assets small-scale processing equipment to 469 farmers, distribution of 38,507 day-old chicks to farmers, distribution of 3,618 pigs, bags of poultry feed to farmers, and distribution of 10,000 bags of maize to livestock farmers free of charge. Distribution of 42,152 fish seeds to farmers, distribution of 1,017 goats to farmers, distribution of 580 pigs to farmers, the rehabilitation of 62 kilometers of farm roads across the state, and upgrade of 7 wet markets across the state. Youth in agri. Engagement of 120 participants in the Ekiti State Broiler Production Scheme for Cohort 1 and Cohort 2. The first cohort, 20, raised and produced 40,000 table-sized chicken and made profit of more than 20 million, which are served as the seed capital to sell them as poultry owners. I think I need to explain this to honorable members. If you know Erifun, how it used to be, if you go to Erifun now, you will discover that we have renovated the place. We have made it habitable to these young lads that are into broiler production. And what they do is we collect DOC for them. They rear 6 weeks, they sell. There's a ready-made market for them. The bank that supply the DOC will pick it from them, but we ensure that they are not cheated. So when they did the first tranche, they made some money, they saved their profits, and formed themselves into cooperative society. They've done the second one, and the Agri Commissioner told me now that some of them have left that center to establish their own poultry farms in their local government. And because of the success of that place now, we have activated the one in Ikole. I think they are doing like 40,000 in Ikole now. By next week or in 2 weeks' time, we are going to activate the one in Ilupeju. And I will advise honorable members that you can also enlist in this program to help your constituents. You know, just discuss with the Ministry of Agri, you can adopt it as one of your constituency projects in your local government, help them, send them for training. Once they know how to train, then we provide facilities for them to start their businesses. It's I think it's something that I think honorable members should show interest in. And I must commend the Commissioner for Agri for a job well done in that ministry. We have also engaged 125 participants in horticultural production, donation of farmers' herbs and greenhouse by Syngenta Foundation, dissertations of dams and laying of pipes from the dams to the farm's plots in Erifun to ensure all-year vegetable production, innovation of agricultural building and furnishing of befitting accommodation for youths in Erifun, engagement of 913 youths in the Bring Back the Youth into Agri program in partnership with YSD Limited, cultivating various crops in land clusters across the state. RAM. After the payment of a counterpart contribution of almost $1 billion, the Rural Access and Agri Marketing Program has commenced and is now delivering on the following roads, construction and rehabilitation projects. 1. Construction of 8.4 kilometer NU-OD Itaeku Igirigiri Road, construction of 5.70 kilometer Omishanjana Benfolani Okeaso Road, construction of 7.2 kilometers Ikogosi Abaoshun Abaori Okuta in Ikogosi, construction of 8.7 kilometers Oyeare Road, construction of 1.93 kilometer Afolu Odofin Roads, construction of 6.68 kilometer Erimakwe Irare Ikosun Road, construction of 3.10 kilometer Ilupeju Ibuegan Ayede Road, construction of 4.6 kilometer Igbole Egan Irokora Road, construction of 5.31 kilometer Ise Imola Road, construction of 2.85 kilometer Owode Anaye Road, construction of 3.4 kilometer FMS Okeako Road, construction of 2 kilometers Ara Ekameta Road, and construction of 5.10 kilometers of Iye, Ishapa, Olokumeji, Ikun Road. This is just the phase 1 and phase 2 of the projects. Just yesterday, the project coordinator told me that federal government, the World Bank has also approved further constructions. So as we onboard them, and it's been nice for honorable members where this project fall within their constituency to show interest in what is going on. Most of the contractors, they are already on site. So as part of your oversight, you can just walk in and ask. And I will use this opportunity to respond to some comment online on RAMP. RAMP is a collaborative project between the World Bank and the state government. There are counterpart funds that we have to pay to get on that project. So it's not a purely World Bank finance program. As of today, we pay more than 1 billion in a counterpart funding to that program. So when people say that we deserve no commendation on RAMP, they are speaking out of ignorance. "32 farm clusters have been created for communities and cooperatives within the state. The state government borne the cost of land clearing and provide other supports to activate the clusters across the states. Infrastructure and industrialization. To continue to maintain our upward trajectory in the ease of doing business, expand access to opportunities for our people, attract investment, and ease the life of our people, infrastructure development is crucial. To this end, we continue to invest massively in infrastructure development, targeting industrialization as a key focus area. This has remained a major focus of this administration since its inception. Our aggressive drive to massively improve infrastructure and industrialize the state has impacted multiple vital sectors of the economy, including power, transportation, housing, environment, water, and sanitation, power infrastructure. Given how pivotal power supply is to economic and industrial development, we are making very determined efforts to ensure that it is set on a sustainable path of improved power. To achieve this, we have embarked on the following power infrastructure project: establishment and transfer of regulatory control of the electricity market to the Ekiti State Electricity Regulatory Bureau, identification of 4-meter access provider, and collaborating the MAPs, BEDC, and Ekiti State to provide prepaid meters for households at affordable costing, starting with 5 pilot communities in Erimakwe, Ode, Aisegba, Imesi, and Ipole Iloro. And I would just appeal to honorable members whose communities you are having problem with electricity. You need to sit down with the Ministry of Infrastructure and ensure that you get the best deal for your constituent with respect to meter acquisition. Because most of the time there will be electricity, but once it's bulk metering, it's not progressive. So we are trying to migrate from bulk metering to prepaid meters. And there are 4 meters companies that we have an understanding with, that they will sell to you at reduced cost. So you can sit down with Ministry of Infrastructure and Public Utilities for details on those MAPs vendors. Issuance of an order on tariff setting for Ekiti State customer under BEDC, IBEDC service area in Ekiti. Issuance of an order on mandatory metering of electric customers by the DISCOs. Issuance of an order on standardization of electricity matters, of testing and certification of electricity projects for connection to all grids for all electricity distribution companies operating in Ekiti State. With a view to increasing the commercial hours and security across the state, several solar streetlight projects were executed to enhance security and increase the business hour for the state economy. Extension of the 32 kV network from the 132 kV Ominchanjano transmission substation to Baptist High Schools and connection to Ilawe 33 kV line to Eriginia to Ikogosi to boost industrialization and the tourism in Ekiti State. Extension of electricity and installation of transformer at Abaya Medi and adjoining communities in Ado Ekiti. Replacement and installation of transformer in various communities across the state. Rehabilitations of 33 kV network from Ilumoba to Ikole Ekiti. That project will be commissioned next week Tuesday by God's grace. Extension of 33 kV electricity network from Ilawe to Ibaraudo Ekiti. That project too should be commissioned in the course of this second anniversary. Extension of electricity to Abegundi Avenue and Akeju Lane in Emure. Extension of 33 low-tension concrete poles to Olorunsogo in its own local government in Sekiti. Rehabilitation and connection of Edigine Kogosi back to national grid. Rehabilitation and connection of Ipole Loro back to national grid. Rehabilitation and connection of Ijan, Ilumogba, Aesegba, Agbado, Imesi, Ode, Isimbode, Egbe, Iruayeteju, and Omo in Nayekire back to national grid. Extension of electricity from Omo Ekiti to Edaile, Ikunoba, Araromi, and Ilasha Ekiti. Extension of 33 kVA lines from Eruku, Kwara State to agri processing zone in Iyemero. This will also radiate to Itakpaji. An installation of transformer. Extension of IPP to textile industry, Bashiri, Ado Ekiti, Elders Persons Resorts, BSES, and other strategic locations. Extension of electricity and installation of transformer at Efmalaye water treatment plants and Ekiti State Water Corporation to enhance water supply, and purchase of 16 500 kVA transformer for distribution to various communities in the state. Transportation infrastructure. To improve our transportation infrastructure, we have embarked on several critical transportation projects. These projects are vital for economic development of our states and betterment of the lives of our people. Some of the projects include: 1, reconstruction of Ikere Ibaraudo Road. And I will just, anyone of us that is driving through that road can pass through that road now and see what the contractor is doing on site. You can also check out the Ekiti Ring Road Phase 1, construction of the flyover bridge from Ajilosun to Okenyimi and First Bank, Ado Ekiti, construction of Obisesan, Okeala, Bashiri Road, the road has been commissioned, rehabilitation of Ikere, Ise, Emure Road, and we have also asked the contractor to now extend to Epo Road because of the security issue in that area. Rehabilitation of Ilawe, Ediginian Road, construction of dual carriage on GRA extension to State Pavilion, rehabilitation of Ado Iworoko Ifaki Road, rehabilitation of Igbaraudo Ikogosi Road, reconstruction of Ilawe Ikere Road, reconstruction of Itapa Omu Ijelu Road, reconstruction of Ilukmo Ijurin Ipoti Road, reconstruction of Ikole Ara Isimbode Road, rehabilitation of Igede Ilawe Road, repairs of federal roads within the Ado Ekiti metropolis, and completion of all necessary civil works and installation of relevant navigational equipment at the Ekiti State Airport. Agri Kolope, the head Faglo Road, and GRA Third Extension Phase 1 roads will be commissioned in the course of our second anniversary. It should also be noted that all these roads are complemented with solar lights for illumination. Public buildings. Remodeling of Adebayo Lodge, the first and the only original building within the government house. And that project will be commissioned this Saturday by God's grace. And that is the project is going to serve as the new presidential lodge for the state government. Renovation and remodeling of the Whole Civil Service Commission building to accommodate the customary court of appeal. Renovation and remodeling of the Ministry of Justice at the Secretariat building. Renovation and furnishing of agricultural farm building, 5 blocks at Enifun Federal Polytechnic to accommodate trainings at the farms. Construction of 100 best space capacity hostel at the Command Secondary School, Isham. Yesterday also, we did the groundbreaking for the construction of an indoor sports complex, 900-seater indoor complex, as a mark of our commitment to sport development in Ekiti. This in addition to other intervention in that sector. Environment, water, hygiene, and sanitation. Environmental sustainability, access to clean water, and sustained state-of-the-art sanitation are integral parts of our development plan. We have undertaken various projects in these areas. Some of them are as follows: procurement of waste collection compactor trucks, dino bins, and other waste management equipment. We have also ordered for additional compactor trucks to support the current fleet. 12 major dredging projects across the state. And I was just commending the Minister of Environment at ESCO that this year we have not recorded any serious flooding in the states. And it speaks to the proactiveness of the ministry. All of you will recall what happened to us last year, but this year we set out early to start dredging and desilting our drains in collaboration with the chairman of our local government and LCDA. And my gratitude to them for partnering with us to do this. So we have not recorded, and I hope that through this period that the rain will last, there won't be any major incident of flooding in Ekiti State. Drilling of motorized solar power borehole in all 177 wards of the state. Channelization of multiple waterways and construction of concrete line drains in flood-prone areas. Construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of wash facility in 101 schools and health facilities across the state. Licensing of 83 borehole drillers, 11 geoscientists, and 6 drilling rigs owners as a regulatory measure for the control and sustainable management of underground water in Ekiti State. Free water quality text and water safety awareness campaign for waterborne diseases control. Integrated water resource management initiative for prevention of flooding, pollution, and mitigation against effects of climate change on water resources. Extension of water supply to Midas areas, Novas, and doctors' quarters in Nado. Supplied 1.5 MVA transformer to boost water production to Ado and FLI from Ureje and Efe water treatment plants. Art, culture, and tourism. The entertainment and tourism industry continue to rise globally as a veritable economic development driver. This is why for us in Ekiti, optimizing the performance of our arts, culture, and tourism sector is crucial. We continue to make concerted efforts to make our state a tourist destination and a vibrant hub for culture and tourism. To this end, we have undertaken various initiatives to improve the living condition of our traditional rulers through the renovation of their palaces. In the last year under review, we have innovated, constructed, or provided supports for 42 palaces across the state, and we intend to do more going forward. We are also proud of the successes recorded by the Ekiti State Performing Company, winning acclaims locally and globally. Their efforts have continued to position our state as a shining emblem of cultural richness, and we will continue to give them the full backing needed for sustained relevance. The investment of our administration in the tourism sector is also yielding fruitful results through the following. Ekiti team came first at the International Cultural Exposition in 2023 in India. 20 million naira was disbursed to the Ekiti State Art Foundation Fund. This marked Ekiti State as the first state in the Federation to implement this long-fought demanded by the Nigeria creative sector activists. What this does is there are a lot of people in that sector that they needed money to support their ventures. And as a test case, we released 20 million naira to all these actors and actresses across the state. Some want to buy costumes, they want to buy drums, they want to buy equipment, and the feedback I got from them was really encouraging because we'll be able to also ensure that they're in business. Successful facilitation of heritage pilgrimage across activities, which led to the hosting of over 2,000 heritage pilgrims from 5 continents of the world. Groundbreaking and construction of Ekiti State International Center for Arts and Culture. It is a desire that by this time next year, the center will also be commissioned. Continued development of community festivals to make them more attractive for tourism purposes. This is being done through the partnership and collaboration with Ekiti communities for their social and economic benefits. We are also excited about the attractiveness of Ikogo's One Spring and resorts. Our decision to concession it to private operators has yielded great results and reinforces the role of private capital in our development agenda. We will continue to build on these successes so that Anita Waterfalls and all other natural endowments enjoy similar change in fortune. Conclusion. Mr. Speaker, in bringing this address to a close, I would like to assure you that our commitment to upholding our social contract with the people remains steadfast and unyielding. We are driven by a passionate desire to bring prosperity to Ekiti people in the quickest time possible. We understand the urgency of the development agenda, and we do everything within our powers to achieve the vision of our founding fathers. I also want to heartily thank the leadership and members of the legislature, the judiciary, for guiding the other arms of government in the direction of peace, progress, and justice for their states. Our founding fathers, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and political leaders have my deepest appreciation for their consistent wise counsel and healthy intervention from time to time. To my party, the All Progressive Congress, and our leaders, thank you for the opportunity to serve our people and for being a solid pillar of support for progressive development. Finally, I would like to express my profound gratitude to my darling wife, Her Excellency Dr. Olayemi Oyebanji, the Deputy Governor, Chief Mrs. Monisade Christiana Afuye, members of the State Executive Council, and all other top government, public and civil servants in the state. Thank you all for your patriotic service to our dear state. You are the true force behind our accomplishment. I thank you. May God bless you. God bless Ekiti State. Thank you for listening.
I think you have to break our whole rule by standing up and giving Mr. Governor a rousing ovation for this wonderful presentation. Thank you. Please sit down.
Order.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues.
Which order? Which order?
Order 8 through 50 sub 6.
Hold on. Order
8
rule 50.
Rule 50.
Yes, that
6.
is. Hold on. Order 8 rule 50 is to the fact that you have this motion without this. If it arises from the business at the moment discussing. So what is the issue in the address of Mr. Governor that you want to address?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm Honorable Babatunde Oke, representing Ikere Constituency 1. Mr. Speaker, I've painstakingly listened to the State of the State address of Mr. Governor, and it is with no doubt that the address is filled with people-oriented programs.
All right, then move your motion if that is the reason. Yes, move your motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's no way I'm going to move this motion without at least justifying the purpose of the motion. Briefly, Mr. Speaker, we are lucky at this time to have Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji as the governor of Ekiti State at a time when the country is facing economic challenge. We have a great manager of resources. We have listened to Mr. Governor. He has touched on all the pillars of his administration, despite the challenges that we are facing in the country. And we are happy. In this house, we are the representative of the people. And I deem it necessary for us to move a motion, that I will move a motion, that the social contract that Ekiti people signed with Mr. Governor should be renewed to extend beyond 2026 to 2030.
You mean the social contract that the governor signed with the people?
Yes, Mr.
So that
Speaker.
the people should renew it?
Yes, the people should renew the social contract they signed with Mr. Governor to extend beyond 2026 to 2030. I so move.
Order!
Yes. Any seconder to that? All right. Yes, I call, I have so many hands, but I pick Honorable Babatunde Abiodun Faweku.
Mr. Speaker, you are not the next.
Thank you. Right, Honorable. Distinguished colleagues, I am Babatunde Abiodun Faweku. I represent Idosi Constituency 1. I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleague from Ikere, that as far as we are the one representing Ekiti people here, that Ekiti people should renew our social contract with His Excellency Mr. Biodun Abayomi Banji beyond 2026. So I second. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will put the question, but I'm also say this way, in case, because I can see that it's likely you will vote yes. But the best way you can do this is for all of us to go back. I will put, if that is your, because I can see that it's going to be yes, is for you to also go back to the people, to go and tell them why this social contract should be renewed beyond 2026. But let me first of all know your view, then I can tell you that. So I put the question that if you're in support that this House, by resolution, please, those who are distributing that, please, can you stop now? You will do it later. That this House passed this resolution seeking the support of the people.
People at the gallery, please let that be from there.
Chief, please, don't worry. That Ekiti people should, as a result of what Mr. Governor is doing in Ekiti State, as real out, in the state of the test address, that the social contract that Mr. Governor has signed with us should be renewed beyond 2026. Press yes. If you're against, press no. Or you want it first? Okay, let's do first vote. Yes, I think all of us should do this one. Thank you very much. Yes, if you're in support, say hi. Hey, the highs have it. Now, the best way to do this is not just to pass this resolution. Members, the best way you can do this is to go back to your various constituencies. It's for all of us to go back to our various constituencies, to also all the people, let them know why this social contract should be renewed beyond 2026. And I think that is the responsibility. But Mr. Governor, while you are coming in the morning, you saw the crowd that welcomed you. I have almost 1,000 people from all the 26 constituencies who came because this house sent for them. We told them they should come and listen to Your Excellency. At this side of the hall, they are under the canopy also, listening to Your Excellency. And I know that with great enthusiasm, Your Excellency, they welcome you. I can say that Ekiti people loves you. Ekiti people. Going to my remark, it was decided documentary should come governor's speech because order 7 rule 48 we can reorder, and that order has been applied. Order 7 rule 48. Please, let's have the documentary media.
It's been 28 years of the creation of Ekiti State and 25 years since democratic governance kicked off here. The three arms of government have been acting in their various conspicuous capacities over the years. The 7th Ekiti State House of Assembly has been carrying out its expected functions diligently and dutifully.
We are here to represent you. We are here to make our people employable. We are here to make our people get...
The legislature could be deemed most strategic, considering the fact that its obliteration connotes absence of democracy. Laws have been made over the years, timely and apposite resolutions passed, and oversight roles extensively performed.
The working document of this House say the higher service.
All these are aimed at identifying and targeting passage of priority legislation to promote good governance within a reasonable time frame. In the current administration, under the headship of Governor Biodun Oyebanji, there have been palpable harmony, mutual understanding, unity of purpose, and separation of powers. The areas of handshake for sustained progress between the executive and legislature have been numerous, even as the principle of separation of power is not fouled. Executive bills have enjoyed smooth sailing, devoid of needless encumbrances, but done with utmost sense of responsibility.
In the constitutional system, the legislature provides a check and balance on the executives, but it must also be a source of creative, responsible leadership. For in the end, work must be done and progress must be made. And it's my singular honor and delight to express my sincere gratitude to the State House of Assembly for being a partner in progress.
Executive arm of the governments of Ekiti States and the legislative arm, we have been working together to, see that the running of the administration is very smooth. And we are blessed to have a very dynamic and humble governor, a very, very hard-working governor who is very transparent in the running of the administration.
The remodeling of the State House of Assembly, funded by the state government, is in progress. This is a reflection of a government that appreciates the need to clothe the legislature with a garment of honor.
Gone are the days when people believe that opposition has to be always at the negative side of government. But when you see a government that is doing good, at least you have no choice than to support it. And to me personally, it has been a good relationship because as a check and balance, if I see any concern, I raise it. And I think it's working along. So constructive criticism is part of the way of government.
His Excellency, Governor Biodun Oyebanji is one of a kind. Is the kind of governor that it is lucky to have at this present period in time. Prudency is prudent, is responsible, is attentive. We have a very attentive governor who wants to listen to our plight and who wants to look within the available resources to see how we can collectively put development of Ekiti as a common agenda.
An added but necessary burden undertaken by this legislature is rendering economic support to constituents through constituency engagements and empowerment programs for indigent school kids and vulnerable citizens by spouses of lawmakers, among others.
Inside the bag, we have school bag, we have bottle.
These have richly complemented the works of the executive to ensure that the budget process is made to deliver on the objectives of development. Local council bosses, heads of ministries, departments, agencies and institutions have been appearing before the House to render accounts of stewardship, a process fully supported by the governor.
The calling on all the ministries and departments and FDA has enabled the people outside Ekiti and within Ekiti
who have not been able to know what have been performed in other events, this to have exposed them. So this aspect of your calling on us to give our account is commendable.
And before I speak, I must first commend you and this House for the innovative introduction of having a very strong online presence and the work you've done in digitizing the operations of the House. I also note a very good trend. The Bureau of Public Service Reforms has identified this House of Assembly as a forward-thinking House, and I think I must thank you most graciously for leading this challenge.
Well, I've said it all that this is should continue to be a continuous thing. Because I said earlier that you are laying a very good legacy for the history of the Ekiti State, and you should not rely on your efforts. You should continue with it. It's the best for the state. It's the best for them. It shows the kind of transparency we have for the government, and we are here to support you for that. Yes, my advice to them is that they need to join hands with you, because what you are doing is transparent enough, and we should work towards the same goal. Because it belongs to every one of us. We should work together for the benefit of the state. What you are doing is transparent. Anybody seeing with your own work that you are doing well, you should continue with this.
The account rendering sessions are viewed locally and globally, and this stemmed from the e-Parliament revolution initiated by the State House of Assembly. This has earned the Ekiti Assembly the recent honor from the federal government as the best state assembly in ICT integration across the country.
Nigerian GovTech Public Service Award to Ekiti State House of Assembly as the best State House of Assembly in ICT integration. Congratulations.
I most appreciate Bureau of Public Service Reforms for your objectivity in choosing Ekiti State House of Assembly. I want to believe that what we have done is just to say we should continue to do what we are doing. When we started this, of course, the only reason why we started what we started doing in the State House of Assembly is because of our belief in accountability, transparency, and probity in governance. And I would most appreciate the governor of Ekiti State, Governor Biodo, who has keyed into our vision and who is also giving all that support. And to all my colleagues, and let me say I am dedicating this to all members of Ekiti State House of Assembly.
The Oyebanji-led government has, so far, shown itself as an executive arm that does not tie the arms of the legislature in its mission to function according to the letters of the Constitution. Today, the governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, popularly called Bow, will present his own account of stewardship, take a bow, and leave.
Protecting the laws, promoting the oversight, capturing accountabilities, showing impacts and inputs. EKHA TV, the eyes have it.
If you're supposed to say hi, if you're against saying the eyes have it.
The governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, has assured that his administration will further increase the speed of progress in the 2 remaining years ahead. Presenting his second State of the State address at the State House of Assembly, Oyebanji noted the strides his administration has recorded in upgrading the Ekiti economy despite all odds and ensuring investment promotion. He highlighted progress made in driving the education and health sectors to a pride of place ensuring welfare of workers and pensioners, promoting agriculture, and ensuring security, law, and order are upheld, among other milestones recorded.
We will continue to work with our security partners to ensure that no gaps are allowed and continuous improvement is entrenched. Governance derives its force from law and its compass from sound policies. Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank the leadership of the honorable members of the Legislative Assembly for their work and their partners in this regard.
Earlier in his remarks, the Speaker, Right Honorable Adeoye Aribasoye, said that the legislature has interlocked effectively with the executive in actualizing the mandate of the administration.
In these past 2 years, the synergy between the legislators of Assembly, affectionately known as the 7th Assembly, and the executive arm led by Mr. Governor has been nothing short of exemplary. Together, we have worked diligently to realize the core mandates encapsulated within the 6 pillars of Mr. Governor's administration. This partnership has fostered significant achievements in business and economic reforms, fiscal responsibility, probity, and accountability.
Lawmakers took turns to analyze the successes and gains of the first 2 years of the regime. Babajide Agbeyo for EKHA TV.
Thank you very much, and Your Excellency, this is our own way of launching our EKTV. Unfortunately, the State of the State address is the first thing we will have on our EKHA TV. And Your Excellency, from the media team, they are also requesting that they crave the indulgence of Mr. Governor to permit them at least to have you as the first personality for their special interview series. So they would like to visit Your Excellency in your office at a date very, very soon, so that we will have you as our first personality on this EKHA TV. Thank you very much. And I know we have Your Excellency's concurrence. Thank you very much, sir. Media, you hear that. If not, we'll move straight to the launch of our website. Please, media.
You can support say hi. You can again say the high service.
Unveiling the new Ekiti State House of Assembly website, your hub of details. Here, you have access to all you need to know about legislators and legislations in Ekiti State. Special features. This website gives you access to bills brought up, plus laws and resolutions passed by the Assembly. The website also links to EKHA TV and the live streaming of our plenary sessions on YouTube and other handles. It has the feedback window feature, which allows Ekiti people and visitors on the website to report urgent happenings and misconduct around their location or constituency. This can be sent as an audio recording for a start. Other cogent features. Have your public petitions submitted through the website to the appropriate offices. Bills and laws passed made available for public to read only. Database and profile of members of the current and previous assemblies made available to enable quick check at a glance. The news and publications of the House up for public access. Link created for people and organizations to schedule and book appointments to visit the House of Assembly. For these and more, log on to www.hoa.ek.gov.ng. Who can beat this? EKHA, first and best in e-parliament integration.
The website is already working from this morning. So that is the launch of the website. Your Excellency, part of what we are doing is there is a feedback column that our constituents can also report the happenings, live events. And even when we are sitting, we can always address those live events once we have it. Your Excellency, the next stage is to digitalize all our laws in Ekiti State. Not just that alone, Your Excellency, there might not be any need for you to be sending, we are moving paperless. Part of what we do, even all our bills, by the time we get there, is digitalized. You send bills through our digitalized platform. And these are the things that we are doing, Your Excellency. We are also moving that all the laws in Ekiti State, all, not just the one passed by the 7th Assembly, will have them digitalized so that anywhere you are in the part of the world, you can access it. The only thing, you can read only, but if you want to download, then you pay a token. And that is exactly what we are working towards. And this is also linked to our TV channels, to our YouTube channels, and to our Facebook channels. And Your Excellency, we have our vision. But please note this, whatever we are doing here, we could only achieve this because we have a governor who strongly believes in our vision, who strongly sees us as partner in progress. And on that note, I will quickly make my remark very short. Your Excellency, Ekiti people have listened to you. I can testify that all you have said in your address is nothing but absolute truth and truth. And no wonder I now understand why when Her Excellency, the wife of the governor, Associate Professor Olayemi Olajumoke Oyebanji, moved around the entire state with just one statement, and that my husband has done well. And Your Excellency, Yoruba will say, and that is exactly what Her Excellency has done. Even though I was not around, but I watched everything, I followed all the events, and one thing I saw was that boldness and courage and confidence to say, my husband has done well. And truly, Your Excellency, you have done well. As the Speaker of Ekiti State, I say you have done well, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I must also say this. This is the half year of your tenure, of the first term. The second time is coming. But Your Excellency, I must also say, this half year may be different from the first 2 years, because I know Your Excellency to be a man of wisdom, and I know you have this signing spirit. This second half, there will be more lies. Your Excellency must take note of this. Your Excellency, people who don't have anything to offer will be the one that will be shouting around as if they love you. There will be more eye service now. Your Excellency, the Lord will give you the designing spirit, the wisdom, because this half of your tenure, sir, is the most, this is the period that you need to have the designing spirit to know those who loves you and not those who are paying lip service. This next, people who are adding value, they might not be the one making noise. They might not be the one. They will not even create problem for you. They will only look for how to solve problem for Your Excellency. Please, Your Excellency, kindly take note of this, because I see you, Your Excellency, moving Ekiti to a greater height. Please avoid distractions. Your Excellency, it is time for us to avoid distractions, and we remain focused. Even praise singers are more dangerous than critics, Your Excellency. And I must say, at the core of every change, there will always be crisis. Most especially, a lot of people might not know what we are doing in this house, because we are the core of change. But I have also understood that when there is contact, it's a catalyst for a change. But change, at the core of it, there will be crisis. Not everybody will understand our position. But the only position that this house has is to promote your democratic credential, Your Excellency. Anything we are doing, account of stewardship or whatever, we are proud to say that our governor is giving us the required support, and people are appreciative of this. I am very proud among my colleague speakers in Nigeria when I tell them this is what we are doing, and we have the strong backing of Mr. Governor. Thank you, Your Excellency, for all you do for humanity. Thank you for what you do for Ekiti State, and we believe we can move Ekiti to a greater height. Let me also say this, Your Excellency. I am the one. Each time I come to this house, I tell my colleagues, I only come to this house every day as if that is the last day I am going to have. And by the time I get to my house, I also tell my wife, I may not return as the Speaker of Ekiti State. But what is important is that that time I have, we must also use it for the development of our dear state. Whatever is driving us is nothing other than the development of this state. I thank Your Excellency for providing that shield, for providing that support, and thank you. I say thank you. And on behalf of my colleagues, we say, all of us say, thank you. And we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yes, Leader of the House, take us to the next item.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Capacity, the speaking Speaker, I equally want to appreciate my colleagues. Right Honorable Speaker, the next item on our order of the day is the vote of thanks. You may now direct Honorable Topelonge to give his vote of thanks.
Honorable Topelonge, vote of thanks and vote of thanks. Please give the vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Right Honorable Speaker, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ekiti State, my name is Longe Temitope Ademola, and I represent the good people of Oye Constituency 1. Mr. Governor, before I go to the vote of thanks, I want to say that there's a maxim in the legal parlance, Mr. Governor, that says reps ipsa loquitur, meaning that fact speaks for itself.
Hold on. Some of us went to the law school to learn that. I hope you are only called to the bar at Josemila Bar. So know how to quote. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, Mr. Governor, fact speaks for itself. And I want to say that this House, without getting saying, Mr. Governor is particularly proud about your achievements, about the giant strides you have made in this state. It is not debatable that this House, you have the support of this House 100%, Mr. Governor. That's not debatable. Because the Bible says, a man diligent in his ways, he said he shall stand among kings, not before men. So we are not surprised that you are standing among kings, Mr. Governor. Let me first and foremost say that we thank you for what you are doing for Ekiti State. And this is I have the mandate of my colleagues to say thank you, Mr. Governor, to say you are doing well. And Mr. Speaker has just said, on behalf of all of us, we appreciate your efforts. We thank you so much. Let me say, the wife of Governor too, we thank you so much for being a strong pillar of support for Mr. Governor. Because if you are not there for him, if the home front is hot for him, he won't be able to achieve this much in 2 years. Your Excellency, your Kinloa, our mother, we appreciate your support. We appreciate your calmness. We appreciate your humility. We thank you so much for what you are doing, Mommy. God will continue to preserve you and put you there. Our SSG, Alaja Abibata Dubiaro, we thank you so much for coming. We thank you for your support for this house. Our amiable, brand new head of service, we thank you so much for...
Are you sure this head of service is still brand new? Are you sure she's still brand new? Well, please go ahead.
Well, I think in Nigeria, she's still the most current head of service in Nigeria.
Federation, the head of service of the Federation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank that.
Speaker. Our amiable Dr. Folake Olomojobi, we thank you so much. I want to use it as a point of contact to the body of permanent secretaries and the civil servants. Let me use Mr. Akintude Oyebode as a point of contact to thank the executives. Well, many a times is a known secret that Akin Oyebode, we refer to the 27th member of this house.
Complete it. Is the 27th member that can only be seen but not be heard.
Yes, yes, we appreciate you, Mr. Akin Oyebode, for being a very strong pillar of support for this house. Our spouses, we thank you for the beautiful work you are doing. We thank you most especially for the give for the empowerment you just did for the children, the back to school project, as exemplified by the wife of governor. Mr. Speaker said the other time that we thank you for what you are doing, and we thank you for keeping the home camp for us. Many times we are not around, we travel a lot. Most of the times we go for meetings. You're always at the home front, keeping it safe, taking care of the kids. We say God bless you. And I want to use Baba Atiba, Chief Gideawe, as a point of contact for our partners here seated. Baba Atiba, we say thank you. We say Jesu. We thank you for what you are doing for Mr. Governor. We thank you for being a very strong pillar of support for this state. You have been there for us from time immemorial. God will continue to keep you there for us. Thank the Honorable Commissioner of Commission here. And also, I saw this Commissioner of Police. I'm very sorry. Permit me to say a very big thanks to you. You've been here. You're a friend of this house. And I'm saying this without fact or favor. You are a friend of this state. Since you've been in saddle in this state, we have witnessed tremendous peace. And we thank you for keeping the state safe for us. Thank you so much. Mr. Governor said the other time that the reward for hard work is more work. So we pray that God Almighty will give you the strength to continue to do more work. We also want to thank the chairman of the only opposition party in Ekiti State, who will, by the grace of God, within the next couple of months, identify with us as APC. I want to thank our amiable chairman of the SDP. Can we give you a round of applause, please? Thank you. Thank you for always coming. We don't know you. Can you stand up, sir? Let's know you, sir. Please stand up. Thank you. A round of applause for him. He's been supportive of this house, and we say thank you, sir. And let me say to you, sir, that we have 2 members from your party in this assembly. And I want to say to you unequivocally, sir, that they have been part in progress for this assembly and for this state. Thank you so much, sir. Let me say the members of the 4th and 5th estate of the realm, we thank you so much for the beautiful work you are doing, especially for projecting us to this nation. Your work has also made the federal government to find expression in the fact that our assembly deserves to be given the first in the e-parliament. Thank you so much, members of the 4th and the 5th estate of the realm. We want to say thank you to our constituents. They are out there. They came in their large numbers. I want to say thank you to them. And to our capacity, Madam Clerk, I say thank you to you. The other time, Mr. Governor was talking when he said he saw our former head of service here, who is also a very close friend of this house. Mr. Governor said he doesn't know whether the head of service is there as the husband of the clerk or as the head of service. But we thank you so much. You have maintained stability in this house, and we pray God Almighty will continue to honor you and lift you up. Finally, the bureaucracy. Without you here, we cannot function. That's a statement of fact. Without the bureaucracy here, we cannot function. We thank you so much for the beautiful work you are doing. May God Almighty continue to bless you and lift you up and elevate you. And lastly, Mr. Governor, I want to say to you once again that by the end of your first term in office, it should have been clear to doubting Thomases that there's no alternative to good work. There's no alternative, Mr. Governor. So I want to say to you once again that this house really appreciates your work, and we pray that God Almighty will continue to imbue you with Solomonic wisdom to drive this state to greater heights. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Honorable Tokwe, for that comprehensive vote of thanks. But I must also add this to your vote of thanks. The House of Assembly Service Commission, led by the chairman, Honorable Engineer Kayode Fashakin, and other members, please, you are recognized. And our Sala, very, very important, so that if Mr. Governor transmits, so that you don't get it lost on the way. Yes, Honorable Olowokere, Abiola Olowokere, and also our Honorable Ajaja, we recognize and appreciate all of you. Ekiti people, we appreciate you. On that note, I call on the leader of the House to move the motion for adjournment straight away.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues. Once again, I'm Honorable Tolu Lokwege. I represent Ekiti Southwest Constituency 2. Right Honorable Speaker, the last item, which is adjournment, I would like to move a motion that this House adjourns indefinitely until when called or summoned to reconvene. Senator, I so move.
Yeah, any seconder to that motion? Yes, that man from Ekiti East 2, Honorable Oluwole Akanle, they say you are Congo. I still don't know whether Congo of Gari or which Congo is your own. Please move your second motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Latif Oluwole Akanle, representing Ekiti East 2, where the sun rises and where Mr. Governor has finally restored light after 10 years of darkness. I rise to second the motion that this House be adjourned to Senate. I so second. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Under motion for adjournment, let me quickly inform members. When you hear Senator, you know the meaning. That we can also come back shortly after now. So Senator does not mean you are going. Don't forget, we have the supplementary budget before us. We have and we're expecting the 2025 appropriation also. We should get prepared. It is not time for us to sleep. It is not time for us to rest. It is time for us to continue to work. And we have some bills also before this House that we have to consider. So please, if you are thinking you want to travel, not yet. Not yet. Please get prepared for business. Senator can be tomorrow, but as the Speaker directs, you will get the details. Also, under motion for adjournment, it is my pleasure to present to Mr. Governor this award that presented to us at Abuja. I am stepping to you this time, sir. Please stay there. Thank you. Deputy Speaker, Leader of the House, and Minority Leader, please join us. Then Chief Whip, Clerk of the House. The sitting is still in progress. Thank you. Now, I now put the question, dear colleagues, that if you're in support that this House adjourn Senator until the Speaker directs, you press yes. And if you're against, you can press no, only you will stay here. Oh, really? 80 people say yes, 4 said no, 1 abstain. Can I have them? Yes. You can see their names. Those in red are the ones that voted no. Really? Thank you. We'll look at that later. Thank you very much. What is important to me is that 18 people voted yes, and the yes have it. On that note, we arise. Thank you.
Assembly website, your hub of details.
You can suppose say hi. If you're against the high salaries.
Unveiling the new Ekiti State House of Assembly website, your hub of details. Here, you have access to all you need to know about legislators and legislations in Ekiti State. Special features. This website gives you access to bills brought up, plus laws and resolutions passed by the Assembly. The website also links to EKHA TV and the live streaming of our plenary sessions on YouTube and other handles. It has the feedback window feature, which allows Ekiti people and visitors on the website to report urgent happenings and misconduct around their location or constituency. This can be sent as an audio recording for a start. Other cogent features. Have your public petitions submitted through the website to the appropriate offices. Bills and laws passed made available for public to read only. Database and profile of members of the current and previous assemblies made available to enable quick check at a glance. The news and publications of the House up for public access. Link created for people and organizations to schedule and book appointments to visit the House of Assembly. For these and more, log on to www.hoa.ek.gov.ng. Who can beat this? EKHA, first and best in e-parliament integration.
Suppose say hi. If you're against the high salaries.
Unveiling the new Ekiti State House of Assembly website, your hub of details. Here, you have access to all you need to know about legislators and legislations in Ekiti State. Special features. This website gives you access to bills brought up, plus laws and resolutions passed by the Assembly. The website also links to EKHA TV and the live streaming of our plenary sessions on YouTube and other handles. It has the feedback window feature, which allows Ekiti people and visitors on the website to report urgent happenings and misconduct around their location or constituency. This can be sent as an audio recording for a start. Other cogent features. Have your public petitions submitted through the website to the appropriate offices. Bills and laws passed made available for public to read only. Database and profile of members of the current and previous assemblies made available to enable quick check at a glance. The news and publications of the House up for public access. Link created for people and organizations to schedule and book appointments to visit the House of Assembly. For these and more, log on to www.hoa.ek.gov.ng. Who can beat this? EKHA, first and best in e-parliament integration.
Projecting the laws, promoting the oversight, capturing accountabilities, showing impacts and inputs. EKHA TV, the eyes have it.